like a sour note. Here's a happy antidote. Come to where the party never ends, 'cause everybody's shopping at JAX.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Campus JAX. How many are here for the first time at Campus JAX? Awesome. Thank you for being here. Campus JAX has live music 6 nights a week, and so we're thrilled you're here to help support that. And they do all sorts of music here, so please check out the calendar. Thursday nights I'm kind of partial to because they are jazz nights, and so some of the nights that are coming up I'm going to just mention because be a great chance for you right now to get online and get some tickets for some upcoming shows. Beginning with next Thursday night, I will be here along with this drummer, Brian Taylor, who Brian and I share the same birthday, which is next week, and we decided to put together a band of all the musicians in the band next week have the same birthday, basically. So we're all coming here to celebrate our birthdays together, but they're great musicians, so we're looking forward to that, so we hope you'll join us. That is next Thursday night. And then the week after that, a great young singer named Leah Booth will be here. And then you clap for her, but not for me? That's weird. And on the 21st, which is a Sunday, be sure to catch, if you've seen Jeremy Siskin play piano, you already know he's a marvel, but he's bringing in arguably the finest singer to come out of Europe right now, and I'm blanking on her name, Claire Martin. And is that right? And they will be here on Sunday the 21st, and then what else is after that? Oh, October 2nd, I will be back here doing a night of all Chuck Mangione music. So, yeah, so that's better. Although it wasn't for me, that was for Chuck, yeah. Anyways, tonight's a special night. I have admired Crystal as an artist all the way back to the early 90s. And even though we met back then, she does not remember me. And it wasn't until a few years ago we reconnected and started working together and have worked on several of her albums now and some little side projects that we've created together. And she's really one of the most talented people around and a great creative visionary type. And what I love about tonight is, mostly the stuff we've been doing over the last few years has been new material that I've gotten to co-write with her, that she's been writing. And but she's got such a great history behind her, and the fact that she's going to spend her birthday talking about some of that stuff is just exciting for me. So I'm glad you're here to enjoy that. And this is a pretty great band, and we hope that you enjoy the night. Please welcome Miss Crystal Lewis.
Precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on, help me stand. I am tired, I am weak, I am worn through the storm, through the night. Lead me on to the light. Take my hand, precious Lord, and lead me home. Precious Lord, you're the one that I build my life on. You're my rock, you're my hope, you are my song. You picked me up and made me strong when my way, when it was all wrong. Here's my hand, Precious Lord, and lead me home. When my way grows drear, precious Lord, won't you linger near? When my life is almost gone, hear my cry, hear my call, take my hand, lest I fall, take my hand, precious Lord, and lead me Thanks. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I am overwhelmed with emotion and gratitude, and I just apologize in advance for all the tears, which is they're just inevitable. Like, it just, yeah, and I'm not sorry. That song was for my dad, who is watching from his house tonight. I grew up in the church. Most of you know this. My dad at the pulpit, my mom at the piano. And I had this built-in platform with a producer, kind of, in my mother. And actually, she was a brilliant musician. Like, those of you who knew her, I know there's some people here who knew her, phenomenal, gifted musician. And she actually wrote the second verse to that song. I know, there's an old hymn. Mahalia Jackson famously sang it, and my mom wrote that second verse. There's a whole story to it. I won't go into it tonight. You can look it up on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. She plays for me, and we tell the story. So anyways, she introduced me to so many artists whose music ended up shaping me, musically speaking. So Mahalia, of course, in the early days. The Winans family, BB and Cece Winans, huge influence for me growing up. Andre Crouch, Keith Green. And then, of course, there were the musicals, Sound of Music, Oklahoma, Hello, Dolly, and Annie, which, come on, Annie. I wanted to be in Annie. I wanted to be Annie, is what I really wanted. I never got the chance to audition, so I thought maybe tonight. Hi. If you want to just start like here, and then we'll take the second ending.
Whenever you're ready, Mrs. Lewis.
Thank you. I just stick out my chin. No, wait. When I'm stuck with a day, already killing it. And that's gray and lonely. I just stick out my chin. Wow. And grin and say, the sun'll come out tomorrow, but you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may, tomorrow, woo, I love you, tomorrow, you're only a day.
Thank you. We'll call you.
What's fun about this is my sheet music from when I was a child. It's got my mom's markings all over the inside of it. So happy that I still have that. I never got the chance to audition for Annie, of course, but She introduced me to all kinds of other music, which I think her church people would have been relatively shocked at. But, you know, she allowed me to listen to stuff like the Jackson 5, and more specifically, Michael. And in 1979, I was 10 years old, and Off the Wall came out. And there was a song on Off the Wall. I mean, I liked all the songs, but there was one song specifically that stuck with me over the years, and we actually did a recording of it not too long ago, so this is kind of out of order, but not really, because Michael was such a huge part of my early influence, so. Looking in my mirror, took me by surprise. I can't help but see you running off into my mind, helpless like a baby, sensual disguise. Help but love you. It gets better all the time. Yeah, babe, if I wanted to, I wouldn't have it, even if I could. Yeah, babe, if I wanted to, I wouldn't have it, no. Yeah, babe, if I wanted to, I wouldn't have it, even if I could. Yeah, babe, if I wanted to, I wouldn't have it, no. Hey, love to run my fingers softly while you sigh. Love came and pulled us in, then sparkles to your eyes, helpless like a trip to heaven. Heaven is a bride. I'm so glad I found you out on your lantern in the skies. Yeah, babe, if I wanted to, I wouldn't have it, even if I could. Yeah, babe, if I wanted to, I wouldn't have it, no. Can't help it, if I wanted to, I wouldn't help it, even if I could. Can't help it, if I wanted to, I wouldn't help it, no. Yeah, 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 yeah. Can't help it, if I wanted to, I wouldn't help it, if I could. Can't help it, if I wanted to, I wouldn't help it, no, no, no. Can't help it, if I wanted to, I wouldn't help it, if I could. Can't help it, if I wanted to, I wouldn't help it, no, 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 no. Hey, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Help it, no. Now, I don't like using notes. I hate using notes. But I have a lot of notes. tonight because there's a lot to remember. And one would think that I could just like look at each item of clothing up here and go, oh, I know what happened then. And I mostly do, but there's some gaps. So, okay. This sort of takes us to, well, actually, I'm trying. I want this to be enjoyable. Okay. I will say, okay, yeah. Oh, funny that you're the one that said that. So this takes us to kind of to high school, all right? I wanted so badly to audition for some musical theater, something or other. And in high school, early in high school, I did. We were doing a production of Bye Bye Birdie. And so my mother encouraged me. I went to this audition and I got a part in the chorus. And sadly, it conflicted with all my cheerleading schedules. And so I bowed out. So I was not in Bye Bye Birdie, but shortly after, I had the opportunity to audition for something else. And my friend Paul is here tonight, and it's his mother that called my mother and told her about this audition. It was for a new musical that was being made. It was called High Tops. And I went to the audition, and I got a real part this time, except for I was like totally typecast as a Valley Girl, which was fine. I was 15 years old. That's very important to the story because today, at 2:31 actually this afternoon, I turned 56. And so that's a lot of songs. Starting at the age of 15, that was my first paid gig, High Tops. Oh, I don't even remember. I probably didn't get it. It probably went straight to my parents. I don't even know. How much did you get paid? Really? You remember that? Wow. I wonder, I don't think it was favored nations back then. I think they were like, who's this kid? Anyway, I am so grateful for 40 years since I just wrapped up my 55th year. So 15 to 55, 4 decades of making a living, making music. And so I thought it was a good time to celebrate, not just my birthday, but that milestone, that's, it's a lot. It's all this, I think we had 40 squares we filled with these album covers up here. So this is in no way is this going to be an exhaustive retrospective, okay, tonight. Don't worry. It's very much an overview, very much an abridged version. So in light of that, I just want you to know that I've chosen a lot of my favorite songs, which means that I'm probably skipping a lot of your favorite songs. And I, again, don't apologize for that. It is my birthday, so... Okay, so back to high school. So I'm a kid, I'm a high school kid. I'm in love with old music. I have been in love with old music since I was a small child. I was as a sophomore in high school, still stuck on Billie Holiday and Aretha and Ella Fitzgerald and Michael, of course, still. But it was the 80s, so I was equally as obsessed with like Madonna, whose first album came out my freshman year of high school. I loved Shaka Khan. I loved Wham. I loved the Stray Cats. I also loved this other local band called the Lifters. And much to my delight, the lead singer of the Lifters was at the High Tops audition. And so we became great friends. We both got parts in the musical, and his band, the Lifters, actually was sort of in the process of dissolving, and so he invited me to join up, and so we created a new band, and that was called Wild Blue Yonder. Yeah. It was a wild ride as a 15-year-old kid to be shoved into this new world with all these older guys and stuff. and new friends, new music. I was introduced to the young man who would eventually become my husband, Brian Ray, and I was 15. Did I mention that? I was 15. Okay, so before I sing this song, which is 100% dedicated to these three people, oh my gosh, that are here tonight too. My three bandmates from Wild Blue Yonder are here tonight. Paul Martin, Joe Mitchell, right here, and Chris Burgandy. I love you. And I'm so grateful to still be such great friends, like after all these years. And here we are. Still, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. But before I sing the song that I want to sing, because this song is, it's one we recorded together as a band, but it was also one of my favorites as a kid because it was old, and I liked old music, you know. But I wanted to show you this. We'll see if we can make this work tonight. My mom bought me this jacket. It was for our show at the Coach House. That's what my mom bought me, this cute jacket. Why do you still have all that? Thank goodness I do. Well, my daughter stole this, and she had it for a long time, and I got it back. I had this cute 50s skirt that I wore in Wild Blue Yonder. It no longer fit me, but I cut off the waistband, and because it was such a huge circle skirt, I was able to just make a new waistband and make it fit me. Yeah, repurpose, guys. And then this, my mom drove me to Melrose in LA and bought me this jacket to wear for our first Knott's Berry Farm performance with Wild Blue Yonder. What? No, it wasn't aardvarks because it wasn't old. It was poodle, something about poodles. Something like that, yeah. Anyways, I still wear this. These three items are in my closet still today. I wear them all the time. So, without any further ado, this is a Wild Blue Yonder song. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream, they really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, when troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, why, then oh, why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I? Oh wait, not yet. Hold. Pause that video. That's coming up in a minute though, yeah. We'll get to that. First of all, I want to say, Wildly Yonder only did one record. That's it. We should have done more. We did Scream and Raise a few years later, but not the same thing. How many were here? How many people in this room were at one of the Knott's Berry Farm Christian music nights? Yeah. They were fun. So we were signed to a label called Frontline Records. And when Wildly Yonder, after our one record, when we disbanded, amicably, obviously, I was persuaded by Frontline to continue on as a solo artist. I did 3 albums for Frontline. 1987, Beyond the Charade came out. I remember sitting in my dorm room at Point Loma College in San Diego and getting a box in the mail of vinyl of Beyond the Charade. It was so exciting. Actually, it's that second cover there, the second square. And you can see I'm wearing the leather jacket and the 50s circle skirt. On the cover and various pictures that Brian had taken of me. So, again, we are reusing these things, the things that fit. Oh, wait, I want to show these. Okay, my friend Stanley couldn't be here tonight, but I've known him since I was 14. He made these pants. He also did the design of this shirt. This is my very first shirt. No, it's not for sale. It's the only one I have. Well, actually, my daughter has one. I have one. Then this was our Joy t-shirt. So these are the 3 albums that I did for Frontline. Beyond the Charade, Joy, and then another Stanley design. Well, we did not think this through all the way. I'll let love in. Stanley did this. Yeah. So, being signed to a label at such a young age was actually kind of exciting. They would send me out to do all these fun things. And in 1988, I got to go to Nashville and go to the Dove Awards for the very first time. I was a part of a bunch of different new artist showcases and stuff like that throughout the week, and then got to attend the Dove Awards where I met Stryper. And Stanley made me this dress. How cute. With his matching little cape coat thing. Yeah, they didn't know what to make of me from right off the bat. So, I'm signed to Frontline Records, and toward the end of my time there, another artist was signed to Frontline Records who became my label mate, and that was an artist by the name of Benny Hester. And I don't know if you remember, when God ran to me, sometimes in my arms, saying, son, come home again. Do you know it? Okay. So Benny and I became friends, and his then girlfriend, now wife, was a part of a production team that was putting together a show that they were trying to pitch to television. And that show was called Roundhouse. So I was invited to be a part of the whole audition process, but I didn't have to audition, which was amazing. And just made all sorts of amazing friends in that experience, as you can imagine. Not just friends, like family. I am really honored to say that in this room tonight, and again, maybe there's a surprise here I don't know about. I didn't know Paul was here. Benny and Rita are here tonight. And I'm so honored to have them. Rita has been such a mentor to me as our director of Roundhouse and creator and all of that. And Benny wrote and produced so many of the incredible songs that I got to sing on the show. And one of my dearest friends in all of life, another castmate, Julene Renee, is also here tonight. And I love you so much, and I'm so glad. Benny and Rita are sitting right back there. Okay, roll it. Roll it. Down, down, down. I'm saying I know that I can find a friend. Do you know this song? Down at the roundhouse. There's Julie. Oh my gosh. Wow. So I have like all my Roundhouse costumes. Benny wrote some absolutely outrageously great songs for that show. I was only on the show for one season, sadly, but made a very memorable mark. Does anyone know, other than you, what episode this was from? You don't know. This is from the date where I was in a boxing match, pretend boxing match, with Dominic Lucero, who's a dear friend and castmate who is no longer with us. So this is very special to me. Let's see. This is from the. Look, it's right there. Wait, I can't keep up. Stanley made this too. Yeah, this is from the Dream episode. This is the New Kid, Time, Beauty Pageant, one of my all-time favorite songs we ever did, Meat Market. Oh, it was good. I wore this in the only dance bumper I got to do. That was exciting. Let's see. This is from Idaho. Idaho, Idaho. We couldn't do Oklahoma, so we did Idaho. Yeah. I mean, it was just an absolutely remarkable experience, as I'm sure you can imagine. Oh, there she is. Let me find it. I don't think this would fit my 11-year-old niece today. I don't understand what happens in life. No, I do. You know, we grow out of stuff in lots of ways. There's a lot of things I wish I could still wear. But, oh, here's the boots. Oh, I forgot to show these earlier. My mom bought me these for Wild Blue Yonder. And I'm wearing these in a bunch of these Roundhouse episodes, too. Yeah, it was just, I'm so grateful to have been able to sing some of these songs, but there is one favorite that I have. And I loved it, I think, because in the show, I sang it to my TV dad. And I love my dad. And so my dad, I think he's probably still watching. He's a late nighter now. He doesn't get up early, and he doesn't go to bed early either. I always thought, like, when you got older, you flip that. But no. He's 86. He just turned 86. And so, yeah. Okay, this is a song for my dad. Wow. Can you tell by the way I hold your hand? I do not care if people stop and stare. I doubt that they will understand a love so rare that was always there. I do not care. And if the world stops turning, and if the sun stops burning, if you're there with me, then I would not be scared. If I could live forever, and I was promised paradise, unless you are there, do not care. Oh, and if the world stops turning, and if the sun stops burning, if you're there with me, then I would not be scared. Now, if I could live forever, and I was promised paradise, unless you are there. Can you tell by the way I hold your hand? I do not care. People stop and stare. I do not care. I would never do this now, but then I did. No, 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 no. I do not care. I love you. Thank you so much, Julene. Whew. That one and the Time song, oh gosh, I cry every time I hear it. Time can pass quickly, time can pass slow. Sometimes I get to wondering, where did time go? See, woo. Dun, 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 dun. But no one make it through, 'cause I'm spending my time here with you. Benny, gee. These are some very special, special songs. Whew. Okay. Concurrent with my time spent in Orlando, because we actually filmed our show, or at least the season that I was on, we filmed in Orlando, Florida at Universal Studios, where Nickelodeon was. We were there for, I mean, because we were, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like because we were the newbies and we hadn't been tested yet, they were like, yes, you can film here in the summer. And so we were like in Orlando all summer, which was fun, but also really hot. But while that was happening in Florida, the producer, formerly known as my husband, was handling business in California. And that business was that we had this crazy idea to start our own record label. We did not have a clue what we were doing. We borrowed money from like 3 people and started this thing. We just jumped in. And so my first record on Metro One, that's what we called our label, it came out in 1992, same year that I was on Roundhouse. And it was called Remember. And then the second album, thank you. Second album we did was called The Bride. And that was 93. Also, my first child came out in 93. And Solomon. and then Solomon Oli. That's not his actual name. And then in 1994, we did a project called Hymns My Life, kind of as an homage to my upbringing. I have no clothes still from that time. I don't know why, but there's nothing on this rack to say anything about, other than all the Roundhouse costumes. Anyway, around 94, 95, a local artist from Southern California by the name of Brian Duncan invited me to do a duet with him. So I did a duet on his record, and the man that was producing that, his name is Dan Postema, who is also watching from Nashville tonight. Hi, Dan. And Dan, I guess, liked what he heard, and so he pitched me to Myrrh Records. So Metro One and Myrrh ended up like in a partnership to do a couple of albums. Is this where I am? Yeah. Sorry, I wanted to be holding these because they're so cute. I worked really hard on these, you guys. So we partnered together. We made a record. And in 1996, a little album called Beauty for Ashes came out. And you have to understand something. I was pregnant with my second child. She came out in 96 too, as well as Beauty for Ashes. And so I was pregnant the entire recording process. I don't know how we even got it done. I had a 2-year-old, Solomon, and then I had this large belly. And so I would show up to the studio and sit down. And then I'd eat something, and then I'd sing a little bit, and then I would sing some more, and then eat, nap. You know, it took forever. And in the middle of, it was in March, because that's when Izzy was born, we had to take a break from production because, you know, I had to give birth. And so I did that. And just a few weeks later, Izzy was still really just a newborn. We flew up to Northern California to record the title song, Beauty for Ashes, with Ron Canoli. Well, Ron had a little studio in his house, and so we went to his house, and it was just a small, like a single room where everybody was in the room at the same time, and I'm in there with this newborn who is like fussy, and you know, she's a baby. And so I couldn't be in the room. So I left the room, and I sat on the floor in the hallway of his house, and we just listened through the door, me and Izzy, my little newborn. So I have this really sweet connection for so many reasons, but that one in particular to this particular song, Beauty for Ashes. The version we're doing is not the original version. It was actually a remix that my son did. So that's special too. He gives beauty for ashes, strength for fear, gladness for mourning, peace for despair. He gives beauty for ashes, strength for fear, gladness for mourning, peace for despair. When what you've done keeps you from moving on, when fear wants to make itself at home in your heart, know that forgiveness brings wholeness and healing. God knows your need, just believe what he said. Beauty for ashes, strength for fear, peace for despair. He gives strength for fear, gladness for mourning, peace for despair. Oh, display of his splendor. Oh, can't see. I once was lost, but God has found me. Bound up and set free. Been made right, has been inside. A display of his splendor. Oh, can I see? Yeah. Strength to fear. Gladness for mourning, peace for despair, beauty for ashes, strength for fear, gladness for mourning, peace for despair. He gives beauty for ashes, strength for fear, gladness for mourning, peace for despair, for ashes. Okay, well, again, with the being signed to a major label, like I've had this very interesting experience of being an independent artist, like a really independent artist, and then also owning my own label and being signed to a label. So lots of life I have lived. There's pros and cons, though, to being signed to a label. More often than not, the artist is at the mercy of the label executives, their opinions and expectations. You don't typically have a lot of creative control. My situation with Myrrh was very different. We had a wonderful partnership, and I'm so grateful that we were able to really work well together. One of the pros is they have all the money. They got all the connections, and they have all the opportunities and access, really, to like the awards machines and stuff like that. So after Beauty for Ashes came out, which went gold, actually, it was a real gold record. There were no streaming or anything like that back then. That had not happened yet. So like people actually bought 500,000 pieces of product, which is like outrageous. So we had this wonderful time going to the Dove Awards a bunch. So I'd gone to the awards a couple times, as I had said, in that cute little pink number that Stanley made me. And then I went a couple more times. Like I wore this lovely little, I had something under it. I mean, it's not a nightgown. Any excuse to buy like a new frock, though, of course. But there you go. Yeah, this sweet little Prada number. Yeah, this is like a total fashion show. So yeah, I am going to be telling you the designers. Also, I guess I should say this little jacket is on the. It's not Beauty for Ashes. La Belleza de la Cruz. Thank you, Adrian. Which I failed to mention when we started Metro One. Like yet another ridiculous idea. I don't know whose idea it was. We're like, you should do your records in Spanish. I was like, I don't speak Spanish. And so I actually did, wait, I don't want to leave yet. We did all 3 records on Metro One, those first 3 records. Remember the Recuerda, La Belleza de la Cruz, and wait, I'm like looking at the wrong thing. Recuerda la esposa. That was the second one. And then Himnos de mi vida. Yes. Thank God for Adrian over here. He came here from Texas. So grateful. I probably have more questions for you throughout the night. So, Anyways, like, why did we do that? But I'm so glad that we did. It was such a weird and wonderful experience. We ended up traveling all through South and Latin America. And actually, there was a band by the name of Torre Fuerte. And they were from Mexico, right, I think. And we met, I believe, in Guadalajara. And then we did our first big show together in Mexico City. And they were hugely instrumental for me continuing to sing in Spanish because they were wonderfully supportive. They introduced me to Judy. If you know, you know. But I'm pretty sure, so the band, Torre Fuerte was two brothers and another guy. And the bass player in that band, Hector Hermosillo, his son is supposed to be here tonight. Is he? Yay! Hi! I knew him as a teeny tiny little guy and haven't seen him since then. He's an adult. Look what happens. So I'm so glad that you are here. It's so lovely to see you. I have such lovely memories of eating in restaurants and doing all kinds of things throughout Latin America. So thank you for being here, and hello to your dad. I forgot where I was going with all that. Oh, yes, I know where we were going. We were going to the Dove Awards. Not to cry. Thank you. Yeah, definitely holding back the tears there. It was very exciting and fun. That same time period, I was on tour with Avalon. This is the cover of Live at the Woodlands with a little skirt here. Beep. But 97, 98 was a wild ride. So the Dove Awards have always been this finale event at the end of GMA Week, Gospel Music Association Week. I don't think they even do it anymore. They might do the awards still, but I don't think they do the week of like workshops and artist showcases and new artist things and label sponsored events and special concerts and after hours things and stuff like that. So one of these events took place at the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, and I was invited to co-host with John Tesh, who's like 7 feet tall. And so we co-hosted this event together. I was wearing this. This is like my favorite thing that I still own, I think. This little baby blue Tom Ford for Gucci number from 98. Yeah. I wish it still fit me, man. So this night at the Ryman Auditorium, we host this thing and a bunch of artists perform, and he and I each performed a song or two. And after the event, well, we're driving back to the hotel, and we get a phone call. And I don't even know who the call was from, but it turns out Kirk Franklin's assistant, Monica, was in the auditorium that night. And when I sang, whatever it is I sang, she called Kirk on her cell phone. We had cell phones by then. And held it up for him to hear. And she said, listen, I think that we've got your fourth person for the song that you're working on. He was working on a song that he wanted a bunch of artists from different genres. And somehow I wound up in this little video and song. I was wearing this. Called Lean on Me. And I think we have it.
Searching for a father and a friend, praying that the storm someday will end. But instead of walking away, open up your heart and say,
you call. I'm not singing that part. Friends are there to catch you when you fall. Here's my shoulder, you can lean on me. Yeah. Here's my shoulder. Here's my shoulder, you can lean on. Yeah, yeah. Here's my shoulder, you can lean on. Okay, well, a lot of things happened after this. Actually, let's see. Here, my friend, Kara's not here tonight, right? My friend Christy, her sister Kara, used to work for Richard Tyler. And so that black dress that I'm wearing was from Richard Tyler, and they loaned that to me. And then they let me wear this on the red carpet, also Richard Tyler, little pink velvet number that they let me keep. So fun. So, the next few years, I spent quite a lot of time at the Dove Awards. I wore this for something. I think I presented an award with Kirk, maybe, wearing this. Oh my gosh, I can't win. One-handed. Okay. I wore this little pink Gucci number while presenting an award with Yolanda Adams, who's also 7 feet tall. I had literally had to stand on boxes with John Tesh and Yolanda Adams. I can do it. Come on, babe. I hate hangers and boxes. So, after, let's see, what happened after Lean On Me? Okay, this brings us to the year 2000, which is 25 years ago. So, we put out an album called Fearless. We also had put out an album called Gold somewhere in there. And Gold, we had Lean On Me on there. We couldn't afford all those artists, so it was just me. But Lean On Me came out on Gold. Gold was my last record to do with Myrrh. We brought everything in-house after that and brought back into Metro One, and we made this record called Fearless. And to our absolute shock, it was nominated for a Grammy. And the reason that's shocking is not because it wasn't really good. I thought it was pretty good. But it's because labels really run that system of awards. And so for an independent artist on an independent label doing the whole thing themselves to be nominated, just recognized at all, was really, really a fantastic honor and a really great experience. Let's see. I wore this to the Grammys. Avalon was nominated that year too, so we went together, and I posted a picture today on Instagram of me and Michael Passons, and I'm wearing this. Let's see, these things are from the Fearless artwork. This vintage Gucci jacket's in there. These little Gucci pants. Yeah. 2000 was a good year. I don't buy those kinds of things anymore. Not only have I entirely grown out of them, but I can't afford them anymore. So that's why I think that's, Chris, why I keep them. Just to look at and go, aw, that was fun. But bringing everything back in-house after having been signed to this label with all the money and connections and all that stuff, and then doing it on our own was a little bit scary. It was kind of like, what are we doing here? You know, it was wild. There was a lot of trust involved in having to do that. See, I know that what's in front of you isn't always clear, but you must believe it in your heart. Yeah, that was one of my favorites on that record. Um, okay, so Fearless. We did Fearless, we did the Grammys, we did all that stuff. It was great. Also in 2000, also celebrating its 25th birthday this year, was Holiday, my first Christmas record featuring the Peter Erskine Trio, which was so thrilling to do. I wore this on the cover. Ah, my friend Josh is here tonight who took the picture. Whatever the green one is. Ah, that's fun. Over the next few years, we did a bunch more stuff. We put out a record called Holy, Holy, Holy. Also did that in Spanish, Santo, Santo, Santo. We did Greatest Hits collection with a couple of new songs on there called More. That's the skirt that I'm wearing, is from More. This still fits. This is the dress that I'm wearing in the music video of More. If you haven't seen it, go look it up on YouTube. It's really, really fun. It was before I'd ever seen an episode of Alias. But I had seen The Matrix. And I grew up watching Wonder Woman. And so it's very much an homage/nod to women like heroes. So that was very fun. Also, I think I'm wearing these pants. I think I'm actually running and being chased by a car wearing these. Well, let's see, what happened next in my life? Oh, also during this time, I had the ridiculously insane opportunity to sing at Carnegie Hall. I did that for a 9/11, which is highly appropriate, special event supporting firefighters. I think it was about a year after, 9/11. And I wore this little Gautier number. I have myriad of photos of my children, each at the piano in the backstage area of Carnegie Hall. That was, for some reason, way more important to me than being on stage. So we did more. Then we did a record called C that my friend Gyro Chan produced. We did my first kids record called Joyful Noise. That came out in, I think, 04, 06. Adrian probably knows. When? 05. Okay. Then we did something like nuts. We decided, we should move to Montana. Why? We knew no one. My daughter and I were riding horses in San Juan Capistrano, and we thought it would be a really great idea to just move somewhere where we could afford land and have our horses at home. And so that's what we did. In 2006, we pulled our roots out of Southern California and we moved north to Montana. Actually, I wanted to say, as we moved north, I did a final last hurrah photo shoot with my friend Sammy Kosa, and Stanley brought me this ridiculous parachute of a skirt to wear. So that's on the 25 compilation CD that's inside there. And then, of course, I've worn it a whole bunch since then, which I'll get to. So we moved to Montana. I'm just going to read this to you, okay? Constant touring with the kids, traveling on my own, non-stop writing, recording, releasing records, one right after another since I was, 15. We decided to head north. As we did, unbeknownst to us, there was a massive shift on the horizon, and the music industry was about to change drastically and forever. Streaming became the norm, and our ability as a label and me as an artist to make money making music became dramatically diminished. Our label at the time was not equipped or prepared to handle it. And that, in addition to the stock market crash and all the things that happened between 07 and 08, just about nearly wiped us out. So not a great start to our time in Montana. As a result, unconsciously, I might add, I started wearing a lot of brown. I like brown. Brown is the color of chocolate and coffee. It's also the color of my eyeballs. I do not have a problem with brown just in and of itself. But I went from this to brown. So it's kind of a drastic change for me. And I didn't have the words or the understanding to explain why to my own self. Later I did, but at this time I did not. In 2011, still in Montana, in an attempt to sort of put the pieces back together, we made a record called Plain and Simple. And then, and my friend, is Nick here tonight? Hi, Ashley. Nick's wife. Nick was in my band back then, and he kind of co-produced and helped us make that record. And then in 2013, I decided to, oh wait, I wanted to show you this dress. This little Alexander McQueen number. That's not brown. That's true. This was I feel like that's such a great point, actually, that I was like, I know I gotta step it up. I gotta do something to make myself feel better. Pink it was. My daughter took the pictures on that album, Plain and Simple, so she photographed me in that, which was really fun. But I made a Kickstarter in 2013, knowing I needed to make another record, but our label was not in any position to support that, so I did my first Kickstarter. It took me over 2 years to make the record, but when I finally did, I decided to title it Crystal Lewis, which is so weird, because I'd been at this for quite some time, and a self-titled record is something typically that new artists do, who are not yet established. I was fairly well established, but I felt there was this shift in myself kind of happening, and a self-titled record felt kind of like a clean slate and a good way to acknowledge this shift that was happening in me. So in 2015, I released myself. A shift in process, indeed. A grand understatement, in fact. In 2015, we moved back to California from Montana. My son had already gotten married. My daughter had already moved back to California. She was out when she was 18. She was like, bye. So Brian and I moved back to California from Montana after having been there for 10 years, largely to be near my mom, who had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and we knew she was in her winter years. I also experienced a divorce about a year after moving back. I had a dramatic reimagining of my career that was in the works. And there was the dismantling and deconstruction, although I'm not a huge fan of that kind of buzzword, that I felt a dismantling of some religious ideologies that had dammed up the river of my growth and evolution for a long, long time. All those things together took me to my knees. One of those things would have been plenty, but four at once, it laid me out flat on pretty much all my various floors in my teeny tiny little apartment as a newly single person. Broke me open in so many ways. But eventually songs grew out of that. starting with this one.
Cherry blossoms bloom, birds they sing in tune. No matter what you do, they do, yes, they do. Waving like the breeze, leaves off of a tree, happy to be free. Yes, I am free to be happy, 'cause I know that we grow like a garden of roses, every color full of light, garden of roses in bloom. Hey, every watercolor light, breathing life to cloudy skies. No matter what you do, spring to summer, autumn, winter, just embrace the new. Just let the rain wash away, give way to a garden of roses. Every color full of life, garden of roses. Every season has a time, garden of roses. Every color full of life, garden of roses. Yeah, in You're waiting on the winter's fade, wondering if the dark will ever turn to day. Is there resolution in the gray? I ask myself, why does it have to be this way? I ask myself, why does it have to be this way? Things change, that season's over now. Over now. A garden of roses. Hey, every color full of life. Garden of roses. Hey, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Filmed a music video for that, wearing the pink parachute skirt. And this fun little number that's just all fabric. That all of this was provided by Stanley or made by Stanley. Also, I forgot to show this little dress that's on the cover of Crystal Lewis. It sounds so weird to say that. The Kickstarter, I did Crystal Lewis in Spanish. We called it Suéltalo. And I wore this, which my friend Christy gave me one year for Christmas. So this is a very fun little thing. Anyway, that's on Suéltalo somewhere. Sorry, I didn't say that correctly. That's on Suéltalo. So something happened very beautiful around the time that Bloom came out. I began connecting with singers that I had kind of known before, but not really, who were a lot younger than me, who had grown up listening to me, which was like, it just kind of took me by surprise. People like Rachel Lampa and Tori Kelly and Kelly Clarkson and Katy Perry. I had lost so much of myself over the last 10 years wearing brown. And their encouragement and support was so valuable to me in that time in my life. It was a great reminder and an incredible confidence booster.
It's a pendulum, all comes back.
That was crazy. That was the weirdest. That was at like 7 a.m. somewhere in LA. It was like some secret spot. And we'd never met. And I didn't think she'd recognize me because I thought she listened to me when she was like a little girl. And look at the hair, different colors. Like, how would you even know? It was me. And the producers were like, it's going to be fine. Don't worry. And clearly, it was very much fine. It was very exciting. So shortly after that, in 2018, I was in Nashville, and I was doing a Christmas show there. And my friend Jeremy Ryan, I had rented this red dress. It was so cool. It had all this fabric, and it was just so much fun. And Jeremy said, oh, we got to do a photo shoot in that dress. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. So we do the photo shoot, and as he was taking some pictures, he turned and he showed me the back of the camera, like the viewfinder, and I was like, oh, wait, I got an idea. And so I took a picture of it, and I sent it to Tony Guerrero. And I said, let's make a record that sounds the way this looks. And he was like, okay. And Tony and I had worked together a little bit here and there on some little side projects. And like he said, I don't remember meeting him in the 90s. So we embarked on this project. I launched another Kickstarter to pay for it. And I had these massive, grand dreams for it. And man, people came through and we made the thing. And we thank you for saying yes and for guiding me. And as my first big project to do by myself, and I wasn't by myself, obviously, but to kind of be at the helm of and say, I think we should do this. And I'm not saying he said, okay, to everything. There are lots of moments where he was like, well, what do you think about... But we created this project and we wrote these songs, so many of them born out of more heartbreak, but also more resilience. And they are some of my absolute favorite songs to date. So I know it is getting late and I am so behind, but we only have a few more songs for you. So these are a couple songs from Rhapsody.
Take your time.
Thank you.
often as I doubt, I do fine alone. I play well with others, a bit like my dad, a lot like my mother. I know it seems contradictory. I don't understand, it's such a mystery. Hey, hey, every dog is not lost on me. I'm well aware, I'm a little bit of everything. Little bit of everything. Oh, yeah. I am. Little bit of everything. So in 2020, the next year after Rhapsody came out, and I don't have that dress, obviously, because I rented it. So that's sad. But in 2020, well, you know what happened in 2020. One of the really amazingly positive things that happened in 2020 was the birth of my granddaughter, Viona, who FaceTimed me right before the show to say happy birthday. It was so cute. So I drove to Montana to meet this baby. I drove there because I was told if I wanted to hold her, I had to quarantine for 2 weeks in Montana. So what else was I gonna do? I rented a 1967 Airstream trailer in the woods on a flower farm in Montana. I am covered with sequins. Squirrel. I spent 2 weeks in this trailer. It was incredible. One of the first things I did was to lay myself out on the ground in the middle of the night because I had heard there was a meteor shower and I wanted to see it. Well, I had missed it. It was the day before. But I thought maybe there was like some leftover debris like in the skies or something. I don't know how the stars work, so it could happen. So I laid down on the ground. It gets dark in Montana, not till about 11 p.m. in the summer, so I waited till it was really dark, so very late. Also, there's a lot of predators in Montana, so it's not like a safe place.
A lot of animals, too.
All right. That was good. All that to say, it didn't last long, okay? I did go out and lay down under the stars for like 15 minutes. But when I did, I had never, even when I lived there, I didn't do that. And I was shocked to find the Milky Way. Among other things, just the longer I laid there, the more stars appeared. And it was almost dizzying. I felt like I was up into them. It was incredible. And a song came to me, I guess, in a way. An idea for a song came to me, and I wrote it over the course of the next couple of days about the stars, about life and adventure and the future and love and my granddaughter and what would she be like and what was life going to be like after this crazy pandemic, and all of that was just floating around in my head, and this song came to mind, and I texted Tony, of course, and was like, here's this idea, and I think within a week we had a demo, and I ended up singing the vocal at my son's studio in Montana a couple of weeks later, and it's just become one of my absolute favorite things we've ever done. So this is Stars. I wanna sleep under the stars with you, dream about going to Mars with you. Let's plan a trip up to the moon. Too soon? We'll start with the stars. I wanna hit the road with you, traverse the country to and fro with you. It doesn't matter how we go, bike, plane, train, car. We'll start with the stars. For underneath the stars, the possibilities are endless. It's where imagination sends us to inspire and light a spark. For underneath the stars, a certain freedom is unleashed. A daring boldness to believe that we can go anywhere, do anything. I wanna weather a storm with you, get caught in the rain when it pours with you. We'll catch some lightning in a jar. Ha. Oh, we can start with the stars. Oh, I wanna make a meal with you, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, whatever appeals to you. Open a restaurant or a bar. Oh, we can start under the stars. Underneath the stars, the possibilities are endless. It's where imagination sends us to inspire and light a spark. For underneath the stars, a certain freedom is unleashed. A daring boldness to believe that we can go anywhere, do anything. Wanna frolic in the waves with you, find a sea to navigate with you. We'll venture to the farthest part. Oh, we can start with the stars. I wanna spend all of my days with you, nights too. Hitch my star to yours and stay with you. Be forever wherever you are. Let's start with the stars. We'll start under the stars. Cozy up and fall asleep under the stars.
So while I was staying in the trailer, I had this bright idea to do a music video, and this is the dress I made for myself to do the video. So in 2022, is that what's next? Yeah. In 2022, I did a duets album. I had grown up singing with my sisters and my mom, so duets were something that came very naturally to me. It felt like, yeah, of course that's what we should do. So much fun. Tony produced it. I think I wore this dress. Yeah, this dress on the cover. So fun. Also in 2022, because life is ebb and flow, isn't it? My mom passed away in 2022, so it was a very bittersweet year. This is her dress. I don't know when on earth she would have worn this. But it was in her closet, and my sisters and I decided to each wear one of her dresses to her memorial service. So it was very special, of course. In 2023, I put out a series of EPs, one for each season. And in 2024, we compiled that and put it all out together, called A Seasonal Thing. One thing I learned about living in Montana is how the seasons provide a very accurate lens, a beautiful one, through which we can look at life. And one of the songs on the duets, on what was it on? The seasonal thing album for summer. We wrote together called Endless Summers. And I wrote it sort of as an homage to my mom after her passing because it felt like this wonderful reminder to live life. It's too short not to. This is called Endless Summers.
I overheard a man say he'd be lucky to have 7 more summers left. To which I replied, well then, sir, you'd better get living. Think of the places that you haven't been, all the people that you haven't met yet. I don't think it's ever too early or late to begin to dream like you've got endless summers. Live like you've only got one. Give all your love to each other while it's warm in the light of the sun. Don't you adore all the anticipation of summer and sunshine and freedom? The promise of days spent outside, nights under the stars. Keen for adventure in faraway places, perhaps new romance is the reason. Hoping for someone with whom you could travel afar and dream like you've got endless summers. Feel like you've only got one. Give all your love to each other while it's warm in the light of the sun. Oh, yeah, da, da, da. When I was young and afraid of the waves, I spent my summers on the shore. Now that I'm grown, I have learned, yes, I know, when you dive in, you find more. Dream like you've got endless summers. Like you've only got one. All your love to each other while it's warm in the light of the sun. Let's give all our love to each other while it's warm in the light of the sun. While it's warm in the light of the sun.
Oh, I can tend to. So this brings us to 2025, and we just have maybe one song, maybe 2 songs left. I have had this insane privilege over the years to play with extraordinary musicians, starting with my mom, of course, you know. But in the 90s, being signed to a label, again, a pro, of being signed to a label was the connections with great musicians. And I was able to work with some extraordinary household names. Well, musician household names. People like Vinnie Caliuta and Nathan East and Alan Pasqua and Peter Erskine and those kinds of dudes. And I have to say, it was a joy. It was incredible. They brought wonderful energy into the recording studio and all of that. But I have to acknowledge the fact that these guys, I cannot imagine my life without them. And I don't really want to. They are in every way as gifted and talented and have the same kind of incredible energy and musicianship as anyone I've ever worked with. It's true. And that includes Tony, even though he's not standing here. They are so gracious. If I could tell you the number of times this year alone I forgot to book them and was like, hey, see you guys Friday. And they're like, for what now? And they keep coming back. And I'm so grateful. They recorded all of the songs on a seasonal thing. They were a part of my one-woman show last year in LA, so graciously to be on stage the whole time in that show. And then this 2025, okay, there's a reason I brought all these clothes out. It's not just because it's fun. Like, they've been sitting in my living room on these racks for the last 2 weeks because I've been practicing with them and making sure, which to no avail, obviously, but I can't wait to put them back in storage. Practicing the clothes, yes. Practicing maneuvering and manipulating them and whatnot, showing them to you. I love the memories that these hold. I love what happened in my life while wearing these things. I'm so grateful for all of the opportunities that my mom said when I was in high school. Chrissy, I know no one else can call me that. Chrissy, if you spent half as much time doing your homework or reading your Bible as you do picking out what you're going to wear. I don't remember the end of the sentence. I think I blocked that out. But I just want to say, what we wear says something about us. I feel like this is an extension of my story. It's part of the palette that I paint with. And we all feel different ways when we put on different things, right? Comfortable, confident, whatever it is. And I think for these things, it's made a difference for me in the way that I tell my story. And that, does that make sense? And I've grown out of most of it. Like most of it. But not just physically. You know, they hold memories of places I went and songs that I sang and songs that I wrote. But I've grown out of a lot of that too. And I've always been the person that is like, what's next? What are we doing next? So here we are, 2025. What's next? Well, as I said in the beginning, my first paid gig my first paid gig was when I was 15 years old. My last paid gig as a 55-year-old person was the other night at these guys' wedding over here. That's funny. And here I am, 56. What's next? I don't know if I'm going to keep doing this for another 40 years. I don't really want to. I mean, not that long. But I will tell you what I am doing the rest of this year, and that is working on a project called Claire Clementine Finds Her Voice. It's a kid's book. I started it in 2018 when my niece was 4 years old. Now she's 11. And it's had a journey already. Oh, my goodness. I won't even talk about the journey. I'll just tell you where we are. I did a Kickstarter this year to try and fund it. I'm going to self-publish, and I have this wonderful illustrator, and the Kickstarter utterly failed. Did not fund at all. I got $0. So I decided to pivot, and I put it on my website as a pre-order, and I got a part-time job to help pay for it. I did. And it's happening. It is going to happen. She's finishing the illustrations by the end of this month. We are going to submit all the files to go to print, and hopefully it's going to be available for purchase, like to hold in your hands by Christmas. So it is a hustle. It's not a side project. It is my only hustle at this point in time. It's so special to me. I get tongue-tied talking about it, interestingly. And I haven't read it all the way through without crying yet. These guys so graciously played on 5 songs, 4 of which are new that we wrote that kind of dance around the themes of the book. And one of them is a very Natalie Cole-advised duet with my mom. So I'm very excited about that. And I think we have just a brief clip. Can we play it?
I'm Claire Clementine, and I've got stuff to say, but I can't find my voice on days like today. When I opened my mouth, there was only a sigh, so I know that I've lost it, but I'm not sure why. It's clearly gone missing, but I'm not sure where. I've looked in the closet and under my chair. I dug through Dad's records and Mom's jewelry box. I peered under shelves and empty drawers full of socks. It's not behind my dresser, nor beneath my bed. I've searched high and low, no sign of it yet. Just then, in a spotlight shining down from the moon, a fabulous lady appeared in the room. Where did she come from? I didn't call her. She looks just like me, though quite a bit taller.
So, everything has led to this. All this has led to here, tonight, to this next project. That's how life goes, isn't it? I'm excited about the theme of this book, which is kind of saying you matter. So your voice matters too. And sometimes we lose sight of that. We're just going to do one song from the EP tonight that no one has heard. We haven't done it yet. We're just going to do That's What I'd Say. And it's basically, well, you'll see. We've only done it in the studio. So here we go. Is that, oh yeah, okay. If I could go back in time, I'd tell my younger self a thing or two I now know to be true. She could use them as clues to find her way through. Little lights along the way. This is what I'd say. You can do whatever that you put your mind to. You can dream a dream to life 'cause you're designed to. That's what I'd say. But when you look into the mirror, say I love you. When you sing a song, the stars applaud above you. That's what I'd say. That's what I'd say. But your ideas are magic in disguise. Don't let people tell you otherwise. You can learn and know and be in all your splendor. Smart and brave, you were born with those. Wisdom and grace will flourish as you grow. When you feel lost or sad, breathe and remember you're unique, one of
a kind, don't be comparative. Magnifique in every way, that is the narrative. That's what I'd say. Put it up, there is strength inside your body you ain't seen yet. There's courage in your heart and it's your best bet. That's what I'd say. That's what I'd say. Put it up. People tell you otherwise. You can learn and know and be in all your splendor. Smart and brave, you were born with those wisdom and grace to flourish as you grow. When you feel lost or sad, breathe and remember you're unique, one of a kind. Don't be comparative. Magnifique in every way, that's the narrative. That's what I'd say. Put it up, there is strength inside your body you ain't seen yet. There is courage in your heart and it's your best bet. That's what I'd say. That's what I'd say. That's what I'd say. Put it up. Da-dum-bum-ba-boom.
Thank you. Thank you for coming to my birthday party. When I was 16, my parents threw me a surprise party, and when I walked in, my band was set up. And I had to sing at my party. It was so weird. And I kept thinking about that tonight, like, is this weird? But I'm like, hey, welcome. Oh, you know? So thank you so much for obliging me. I know that this may seem a little frivolous and maybe a little self-indulgent with all that is going on in the world and in our country right now. I think we need art more than ever. And so as I hopefully present you with some audible art that you can take away and learn from and be inspired by, I guess, I hope. I like celebrating birthdays and milestones, but I also feel like we're here tonight celebrating new things and next things, because that's a part of it too, you know? So please go to my website and pre-order the book. That's all I want for my birthday, is to be able to pay my illustrator. That's all I want. CrystalLewis.com, front page is Claire Clementine, and yeah, you can pre-order there. I also brought 2 suitcases worth of old merch, and it is old. So a lot of the albums that are represented by these covers are back there. Not everything, but there's a lot of stuff to choose from. So if you feel so led and you want something you don't have, please feel free to take a look at the merch table on your way out. I'm so grateful to have a voice and to have a platform with which to use it. And you are a huge part of that. I wouldn't be doing it otherwise. So thank you so much. Thank you to Tony and Adam Bravo on the keys, Lyman Medeiros on the bass, and Brian Taylor on the drums. So grateful. Thank you to Jack Jasper of JAX. Thank you, Jacob, on the sound. Thank you, Tim, on the video. Oh, one last thing. Reprise the theme song and roll the credits. Whenever my life gets me so down, I know I can go down to where the music and the fun never end. As long as the music keeps playing, you know what I'm saying. I know that I can find a friend. Hey, down at the roundhouse. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Crystal Lewis. Brian Taylor, Lyman Medeiros, Adam Bravo, and Krista Lewis. Now listen, before you walk off the stage, I'm just gonna throw an audible here. She had to cut some songs. I was watching the set list because it's just run so long compared to what she was planning on. And I was so disappointed that the last song didn't get done. Can we make that an encore? Or yes or no? Okay. It's on the list, otherwise I wouldn't have said to do it, but it was one that... No, it's not.
You see what I'm saying?
What's in that?
It's water. Oh, I forgot to mention there's a special cocktail tonight. It's called the 1969. That's the year of my birth. And so if you haven't ordered one already, it's probably too late. But I'm going to get one.
I'm talking about the new song that you cut.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. I'll take it. Sage, where'd you go? I'll take that. So I do have to have the lyrics because I've never done it before. And I'll probably cry. So, woo. So there you go. Okay. Cheers, everybody. Sorry, one more time. I've been where you are, and though I'm still growing, geez, I'm older and wiser now. Deep in my heart, there is a knowing that I've learned to trust somehow. Still on occasion, I face the unknown, and I'm not sure which way to go. Love does. It sees and it knows. It heals and it holds. Love does. Like a light that shows the way home. It's safe to trust. I promise that love does. When hatred hurts you, love will step into, tend to the wound and scar. When jealousy blinds you, love will remind you how amazing and worthy you are. When sorrow weighs heavy, when fear holds you back, when doubt doesn't let you move on, love does. It sees and it knows. It heals and it holds. Love does. Like a light that shows the way home. It's safe to trust. I promise that love does. Do me a favor. Repeat after me, sing love does. Remember to savor this moment. You'll see that love does. Oh, let's sing it again. Repeat after me and say love does. This is when you begin to believe it, that love does. Love does. It sees and it knows. It heals and it holds. Love does. Like a Thanks, you guys.
Crystal Lewis.
Thanks, Tony.
Man, I'm smart. Hey, you know what hasn't happened yet? And then we'll let you go. But y'all need to sing happy birthday to Crystal.
Parts, please.
I'm not going to start it, so y'all just got to start. Crystal Lewis, Brian Taylor, Lyman Medeiros, Adam Bravo. Thank you for being here at Campus JAX. Don't forget to check the calendar and come back for some of the many great shows coming up, especially next week when I'm here with another birthday show, and then October 2nd with the Mangini Show. We'll see you again real soon. God bless you.